earlier.
Oh, Charlie. How did you get into my house?
You forget to close your door.
Oh, really? So, what can I help you? Why will you come to find me?
I'm having difficulties for my assignment, so I think you might be able to help me out.
Oh, I will try to help you. What's the information you need to know for your assignment?
I want to know about fermentation historical background in Malaysia. I have just come to Malaysia for 1 semester time, and I'm still not familiar with Malaysia culture.
All right then, I will explain to you now. Let me pause my movie here. First of all, do you know what is fermenting?
It is the oldest form of food preservation process by converting carbohydrates to alcohol or organic acids using microorganisms, yeast or bacteria under anaerobic conditions. Science of fermentation known as zymology or zymurgy.
Other than that, what else you have know about fermentation?
Fermentation sometimes also can be referred specifically to the chemical conversion of sugar into ethanol, which means producing alcoholic drinks such as wine, beer, and cider.
You know more than I have expected. What about the history of fermentation?
I don't know. Can you tell me the history of it?
All right. Fermentation process have been exploited since ancient time. The earliest archaeological evidence of fermentation was 13,000-year-old residues of a beer with the consistency of gruel, in a cave near Haifa in Israel.
I thought China will be in the history of fermentation as well.
Wait, I haven't finished my words yet.
Excuse.
Another early alcoholic drink has been made from fruit, rice, honey and dates from 7,000 to 6,600 BC, in the Neolithic Chinese village of Jihu. Besides, wine-making dates from 6000 BC, in Georgia, in the Caucasus area.
Wow. Human begins to undergo fermentation process since ancient times? They are brilliant. What about the purpose of fermentation? Why they want to fermenting food at the first place?
Based on the research that I have done before, fermenting food is to prolong the shelf life of the food, add more nutrients and also enhance the flavor and texture of the food, which make the end product taste better. Besides, there's no history stated about when Malaysia started to have fermented food, but based on what I know from my grandparents, Malaysia has fermented food since a long time ago.
Can I know some of the fermented foods in Malaysia?
Sure, I will let you know some of the Malay fermented food in Malaysia. First of all, one of the most popular fermented food in Malaysia are shrimp paste.
Is it the paste that Malaysian known as belacan?
That's right. Fermented fish or seafood is an ancient tradition in Southeast Asia. The tradition to prepare shrimp, fish or seafood through fermentation is widespread in Southeast Asia. Commonly, it can be found in Indonesia, Malaysia, Brunei and Philippines, which categories in maritime Southeast Asia. It also can be found in mainland Southeast Asia such as Thailand, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam.
There are so much of countries commonly use the belacan.
Yeah, Malay commonly use belacan for making condiments, which is sambal belacan for our traditional food, nasi lemak.
Oh, I think I have tried before. The sambal tastes delicious with a strong shrimp taste.
I'm glad that you love our Malaysia traditional food. Because most of the foreigner could not stand for the strong smell of the belacan.
What chemical reaction will take place during the fermentation process?
Well, during the fermentation process, the salt allows the tolerant lactic acid bacteria to ferment the protein source of shrimp to lactic acids.
Other than shrimp paste, what Malaysia fermented product you want to introduce to me?
The other fermented food which I want to introduce to you is tempeh.
Tempeh? What is that?
It can be known as fermented soybeans cake. The origin of tempeh is Indonesia.
I wonder how does tempeh taste like? 'Cause I didn't try before.
Well, the tempeh have a firm texture and an earthy flavor. Usually we will cut the tempeh into smaller cube or cuboid size, deep fried it and eat as a snacks.
Do tempeh have its history?
It does. Tempeh estimated discovery between a few centuries ago to 1,000 years or more.
Wow, it has a long history too.
Besides that, The principal step in making tempeh is the fermentation of soybeans, which undergo inoculation with Rhizopus spp molds. It is a type of filamentous fungus most widely used for the production of tempeh.
Which means the molds is making the fermentation process happen?
That's right.
Sounds magical. Can I know more fermented product in Malaysia?
Sure. Anyway, do you want to try out some Chinese fermented food?
Why not? I can't wait to try out a Chinese fermented food.
Let's go to the kitchen then. Have a seat first. I will get you some Chinese fermented food.
Okay.
There you go. Here are some fermented bean curd and Chinese sauerkraut, which known as shuanchai.
These products have a really strong smell.
Yeah. Usually Chinese will eat these with white porridge, which tasteless.
Oh. Let me try the shuanchai first.
Shuanchai also can be known as Chinese pickled cabbage, which categorizes as a type of Chinese sauerkraut. Chinese sauerkraut originally came from China, from where it was brought over to Europe by the Tatars.
It tastes really sour, but I love the distinct flavor of it.
Try out the fermented bean curd as well. Fermented bean curd can also known as fermented tofu. It is a Chinese condiment consisting of a form of processed, preserved tofu used in East Asian cuisine.
What about the history of it?
According to the 1596 Compendium of Materia Medica written by the Chinese polymath, Li Shizhen. During the Ming Dynasty, the creation of soybean curd is attributed to the Han Dynasty Prince Liu An, 179 to 122 BC, King of Weinan. Manufacturing began during the Han Dynasty in China after it was created. You can try it now. But just try a little of it, because most of the foreigner could not stand the taste and the smell of it.
I could not accept the taste of it.
It tastes salty with mild sweetness and with a strong creamy flavor.
I'm so sorry, Julia, but I need to go to the toilet for spit it out.
Thanks for watching and lending your ears to me. Goodbye, and hope you get some information from this video.
Yeah.
The end.